Now let's see how to do mathematical operations in R. So basically inside R, there are certain mathematical operations which is built in inside, such like square root, absolute, sine function, exponential, log functions. They are present inside the R. And we can use these mathematical functions directly by putting the values. So let's see how to work with it. Now what we can do, suppose here I want to see that what are the details of square root here. So simply I can write here help and square root. So it will start giving you all the details of the mathematical functions here inside this help section. So one can see here a square root function is given here, that how we can use this square root function here. So what we can do, how to work with the square root function. Simply I will be writing here sqrt is the command here, and inside it I can write any number and I can find out the square root of that number. So right now suppose I had written here square root of 64, so it is giving 8 as the number. Suppose I want to find out here 16. Here I'm just writing 16. What is the square root of 16 here? So it is giving 4 as the square root. Now there is the absolute function. Absolute function, suppose here inside the absolute function I am passing any number. So that will be giving me, this absolute function will be giving the absolute number of that negative number. So suppose here I'm writing absolute minus 89, it is just giving me 89. Here I'm writing, suppose here minus 34, and here it is giving just 34. Now there are other functionalities as well. Suppose sine function, I want to use it here, sine of 45. It will be giving me the value of sine of 45 as 0.85. Exponential also, if I want to write it here, exponential here, I can just use exponent of any number. So this is the figure it is giving for exponential of 8, or any other number, whichever we are providing it here, the exponential of that number is provided here. Even we can find out the logarithm of the given number, so that will be here. Okay. Now there is certain more internal functions such as sum. So inside the sum here, suppose we want to find out the sum of the given number. So here suppose I had mentioned here, I had created a vector and now I want to find out the sum of this vector. So the same I can write it here. F I can write directly here or directly by the, from this console here I can run it. I can just select it from here, click onto the run, or I can write it here into the console. So I'm making one of the vector here. Any number one can provide it here. Okay. And here, now I'm just passing this one into the sum function. So sum function is an inbuilt function. So I'm calling the sum function here. If I'm running this one, it is just giving me the sum of all the vectors. So sum of f is given there. Sum of all the vector as a 120 answer is coming here. Even if I'm running this one and clicking onto the run button, so here it is giving 58 as the sum of the given vector here. Even I can store this sum f into the another variable, that is also possible. So one can see it here, if I'm running it here, I'm taking the sum here and storing this sum f into the another variable h. So right now I'm getting the h's number. So in this way, I can work with the mathematical inbuilt function inside the R.